hello students, today we are going to study about female reproductive system, and in this female reproductive system it consists of different organs. So first organ of a female reproductive system is a pair of ovaries. So if you see in this figure, you will come to know that there are one pair of ovaries. So these red color structure which I have drawn, these are a pair of ovaries. So these are called as what? They are called as ovaries. This is a single ovary and this is another ovary. So a pair of ovaries are present. Second organ which is present, it is called as a pair of oviduct or fallopian tube. So if you see ovary, near to this ovary there is a tube. This from here till here, so from here till here, this is a tube, and this tube is called as oviduct. This is called as what? It is called as oviduct, or it is also called as fallopian tube, or it is also called as uterine tube. So there are number of names for this oviduct. This you have to keep it in mind. Next organ of female reproductive system is uterus. So if you see the middle portion, this one, this total portion from here to here, this portion is called as uterus. So this is the third organ of female reproductive system. Next organ of female reproductive system is vagina. So if you see the structure of this part, so here you will come to know this part is called as vagina. Vagina. Next is external genitalia are also present. They are present basically in pelvic region, or they are also called as valve. Next organ is a pair of vestibular gland is present. So this next one is, and a pair of mamillary glands are present. As we all know, in female, mamillary glands are well developed for the ejection of milk, for the feeding of the baby. This you have to keep it in mind. Okay, so here again we will see which are the organs of female reproductive system. Number one is a pair of ovaries. So these are the pair of ovaries. Next is a pair of oviduct, or it is also called as what? Fallopian tube or uterine tube. Next is uterus. So you can see this red lining. So this is called as uterus. And next one is what? Vagina. So this is vagina. Then fifth part is external genitalia, or we can call as valve. It is present in pelvic region, plus a pair of vestibular glands are also present, and a pair of mammillary glands are present in female. So these all are the organs of female reproductive system. Now one by one we are going to see which are the organs in detail. So as we know that these ovaries which are present within the female, these ovaries are the primary sex organ of female. So these are the primary sex organ in female. So these are what? These are the primary sex organ in female, and the main function of this ovary is what? They produce a female gamete. They produce female gamete. So they can produce female gamete is produced. Female gamete is produced from this ovary, and that gamete is called as what? That is called as ovum. So gamete is called as what? Ovum. So this is the first function of ovary, and next function is what? They also produce steroid hormones. Number of hormones are produced by ovaries. This you have to keep it in mind. So ovaries produce different hormone. In previous lecture we have seen they can produce estrogen, progesterone. There are 5 hormones which ovaries can produce, that we are going to see later on. Next point is that ovaries are located in the lower side of abdomen. So where they are present? They are present in the lower side of the abdominal region. As we know that our body is divided into three parts. So this is head region, next one is this is thoracic region, and below one is called as abdominal region. So in the abdominal region, what is present? These ovaries are present. Next one is, if you see the shape of this ovary, the shape of this ovaries are almond shape. Almond shape means what? So they are like almond shape. So the shape is what? Almond shape. काजूच्या आकाराच्या त्या असतात, ह्या गोष्टी लक्षात ठेवायच्या आहे. Almond shape. Next is their size. So what will be their size? If you see the size, the length of the ovary is 3 centimeter. So how much will be the length? So the length will be 3 centimeter. 3 centimeter will be the length of the ovary, and the breadth will be 1.5 centimeter. So the breadth. So breadth is how much? 1.5 centimeter. So this is the breadth, and their thickness will be 1 centimeter. त्यांची जाडी किती असेल? 1 centimeter is the thickness of each ovary. So the size is 3 centimeter in length, 1.5 centimeter in breadth, and 1 centimeter in thickness of each ovary. Now this each ovary is connected with pelvic wall and uterine ligaments. So if you see this ovary and this ovary, so they are connected by this uterus and plus pelvic wall. Pelvic region जर असेल तर त्याला ते अटॅच असेल, तर ही जी अटॅचमेंट आहे ओव्हरीला, ओव्हरी व्यवस्थितरित्या ठेवण्याचं काम हे कोण करतं? तर त्या ligaments करतात. So these are the ligaments which held the ovary in specific position. Specific position मध्ये त्या ओव्हरीला ठेवण्याचं काम ह्या ligaments करत असतात. So the ligaments which are present towards this uterus plus this pelvic region. Pelvic region च्या जवळ ते असतात आणि ते काय करतात? त्या एक विशिष्ट connection करतात. त्या each ovary is connected with the pelvic wall and uterine, and these are connected by the ligaments. Next point is that so ovary is covered by a thin epithelium and enclosed by ovarian stroma. ओव्हरी जी आहे ती कशाचं कवरिंग आहे? तर थिन इपिथेलियमचं कवरिंग आहे त्याच्यावरती. जर ही तुम्ही पूर्ण ओव्हरी पाहिली तर याच्यावरती असं थिन असं कवरिंग प्रेझेंट असतं, आणि ते जे कवरिंग आहे त्याच्यावरती इट इज एनक्लोज करतं. ते कोणाला एनक्लोज करतं? हे थिन कवरिंग ह्या ओव्हरीचा जो स्ट्रोमा आहे त्याला कवरिंग करण्याचं काम कोण करतं? इपिथेलियम करतं. ह्या गोष्टी लक्षात ठेवायच्या आहे. आतमध्ये ओव्हरियन स्ट्रोमा जो असतो तर त्याला ते कव्हर करण्याचं काम करतं. मग हा जो स्ट्रोमा आहे, फॉर एक्झाम्पल मी इथं फॉर एक्झाम्पल ही ओव्हरी काढली अशी, आणि मी असं म्हटलं की हे एक्सटर्नल थिन मेम्ब्रेन आहे. एक्सटर्नल काय? हे थिन मेम्ब्रेन आहे. सो दिस इज द थिन मेम्ब्रेन. थिन मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ व्हॉट? इपिथेलियम. इपिथेलियमचं थिन मेम्ब्रेन आहे. आणि मग हे कोणाला कव्हर करून राहिलं? आतमधला काय? आतमधली ही जी ओव्हरियन स्ट्रोमा आहे याला पूर्णपणे यांनी कव्हरिंग केलेलं आहे. कशाला? ओव्हरियन स्ट्रोमाला काय केलं? कव्हर केलेलं आहे थिन मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ इपिथेलियमनी. मग हा जो आतमधला जो स्ट्रोमा आहे खरं म्हणजे, तर हा जो स्ट्रोमा आहे तर तो 2 पार्टमध्ये डिवाइड होतो. कोणत्या पार्टमध्ये डिवाइड होतो? 2 पार्टमध्ये हा स्ट्रोमा डिवाइड होतो पूर्णपणे. मग हे जे पेरिफेरल रिजनला आहे, हे जे पेरिफेरल पार्ट आहे, ह्या पेरिफेरल रिजन जो आहे ओव्हरीचा किंवा ओव्हरियन स्ट्रोमाचा, तर त्याला खरं म्हणजे म्हणायचं आहे कॉर्टेक्स रिजन. काय म्हणायचं आहे? सो दिस इज कॉल्ड ॲज कॉर्टेक्स रिजन ऑफ ovary, and the inner layer, this inner layer of the ovary will be called as what? Medulla region. तर जी ovary आहे, so ovarian stroma is divided into two zones. So outer zone is called as, which is present at the periphery, is called as cortex, and inner is called as medulla. Next, so this is all about ovary. The detailed structure of ovary we will see after this lecture, or in next lecture we are going to see. Next point is that of oviduct. So second part is what? Second part is oviduct. So if you see the structure of oviduct, you will come to know that it is a long tube-like structure. So how is the structure? This is the tube-like structure. Understood? So this oviduct is a tube-like structure, and the length of these oviduct is how much? It is 10 to 12 centimeter long. How much long it is? 10 to 12 centimeter long oviduct is present in female, and internally it is lined by ciliated epithelium. So internally, internal structure of this oviduct, if you see, so they are lined by what? They will be lined by ciliated epithelium. So this is the lining of what? Ciliated epithelium. आतमधली जी लाइनिंग असेल ओव्हिडक्टची, किंवा त्याला आपण दुसरं नाव काय दिलं? फॉलोपियन ट्यूब. याच्या आतमधली जी लाइनिंग असेल ती कशाची असेल? सिलेटेड इपिथेलियमची लाइनिंग असेल. तर हे पूर्णपणे याच्यामध्ये काय असेल? असे सिलेटेड इपिथेलियम ची लाइनिंग पूर्णपणे प्रेझेंट असेल. इकडच्या बाजूनी पण आणि इकडच्या बाजूनी पण, दोन्ही बाजूने त्या असतील. इकडे सुद्धा असतील त्या सिलेटेड इपिथेलियम. या गोष्टी लक्षात ठेवायच्या आहे. So these are the ciliated epithelium which is internally lined to the oviduct. Okay, next is these oviduct, basically it is divided into three parts. So in how many parts this oviduct is divided? It is divided into mainly three parts. See those three parts of what? Of oviduct. So here if I draw the structure of oviduct, for example, this is the structure of oviduct. So this oviduct is divided into how many parts? It is divided into three parts. So first one is called as what? It is called as infundibulum. So this portion, this part till here, this is called as infundibulum. This part is called as what? It is called as infundibulum. So if you see the structure of infundibulum, you will come to know that infundibulum is funnel like. How is the structure of this infundibulum? It is a funnel like structure. So it is funnel like. So it is funnel like structure, and the edges have finger like projection. त्याचे काही जे एजेस आहे, हे जे काही एजेस आहे पूर्णपणे, तर इथं काय आहे? इट कन्सिस्ट ऑफ अ फिंगर लाईक प्रोजेक्शन. हे फिंगर सारखं दिसतंय की नाही, बोटासारखं. ह्या ज्या फिंगर लाईक प्रोजेक्शन्स आहे इनफंडिबुलमच्या, त्यांना काय म्हणतात? फॅम्ब्रिल्स. सो दीज आर कॉल्ड ॲज व्हॉट? फॅम्ब्रिल्स. So these are called as fambries. This you have to keep it in mind. Okay, so this is the first part of oviduct. So this is the first part. So if you see the next part, so this is the second part. So this first part we have seen. Now we are going to see this is second part, this is first part. Understood? So this is second part of oviduct, and this second part is called as ampulla. So this is called as what? Ampulla. So this is the second part. So if you see the structure of ampulla, so this infundibulum, basically infundibulum opens into ampullar part. So infundibula will open into ampulla part. Understood? And this ampulla is the middle part. which is long and it is ciliated as we have seen. So inner lining consists of what? Ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium, and these ciliated epithelium cells are present. So what is the function of these ciliated epithelium cells? So they will bring peristaltic movement of the ovum which comes from these infundibulum and goes into the ampulla region. So that's why these ciliated cells plays important role. Understood? So this ampulla, main function of ampulla is it is the fertilization site. So in ampulla what happens? It is the site of fertilization. So fertilization occurs in ampulla region. When sperms comes from this vagina, it will move from uterus. From uterus it will go to this oviduct, and in oviduct ampulla is present, and here this when this from this ovary ova will be released, and here when ovum and sperm will come together, so in ampulla region fertilization will occur. So you have to keep it in mind, ampulla is the site of fertilization. Okay, now third part of oviduct is what? So it is called as isthmus. So this is the third part. So this is the third part, and this third part is called as isthmus. So this is the third part. So this part is called as third number, and it is called as what? Isthmus. So what is isthmus? So isthmus is the distal part of oviduct. So this is the distal part. Understood? And it is connected to what? It is connected to ampulla from this side, and from another side it is connected to uterus. So from here the uterus will start. So this is the distal part, and which opens into uterus. So here is the opening. Understood? So these isthmus opens into uterus. Understood? So they conduct ovum. When ovums come from this ovary, and these fibrils will collect this ovum, it will reach to, first it will reach to infundibular region, then it will goes to ampulla region, and from ampulla region it will moves to which region? It will reach to isthmus region, and from isthmus region it will go into uterus. So here implantation of this embryo will occur. If fertilization occur, the implantation will take place. Understood? Otherwise it will not occur. So this is all about what? Isthmus. So this isthmus conduct ovum to uterus by peristaltic movement and ciliary movement. So internally it consists of cilias. Understood? I have told you that oviduct internally it is lined by cilias. So till here the cilias will be present from till isthmus region. So it will conduct the ovum if fertilization occurs. So this was the second part of oviduct. So you have to keep it in mind. It consists of three parts: infundibulum, ampulla, and isthmus. So first one is infundibulum, next is ampulla, third part is called as isthmus. Understood? So now the third main organ of female reproductive system is what? It is called as uterus. So this portion which you see, it is called as uterus, and another name for uterus is womb, W-O-M-B. You can also call that womb, W-O-M-B. So here each and every human being have stayed in the womb of our mother for 9 months. This you have to keep it in mind. So this structure is a hollow structure, and it is a muscular region. So how is the structure? It is hollow region basically, and it is a muscular region, and it is a pear shaped. How is the shape? pear shaped, understood, and it is located behind the urinary bladder, behind the urinary bladder. So urinary bladder जो आहे त्याच्या पाठीमागं हे युटरस प्रेझेंट असतं. युरिनरी ब्लॅडर हा कशाचा पार्ट आहे तर हा पार्ट आहे एक्सक्रिटरी सिस्टीमचा. ह्या गोष्टी लक्षात ठेवायच्या आहे. मग if you see in the size of this uterus, you will come to know that it is 7.5 centimeter in length. So the length of these uterus is how much? It is a 7.5 centimeter in length. So the length of uterus is 7.5 centimeter length and its breadth is 5 centimeters. So how much is the breadth of this uterus? So it is 5 centimeter. How much it is? So it is, just a minute, so the breadth is 5 centimeter in breadth and its thickness is 2.5 centimeters. So how much is the thickness? So from here till here, if we calculate, let me take another pen. So if you see the thickness of this uterus, you will come to know the thickness is how much? It is 2.5 centimeter. So how much is the thickness of this uterus? It is 2.5 centimeter in thickness. How much is the length of uterus? It is 7.5 centimeter in length. Its breadth is 5 centimeter and its thickness is 2.5 centimeter. Okay, now this uterus, basically this uterus is divided into three parts. So first part is called as fundus. So they are divided into three parts. So this upper part is called as fundus part. Next part is called as body. So this is body part. So this part is called as what? Body of uterus. And third part is called as cervix. So this is a cervix, CERVIX. So this is the third part of uterus. This is the second part of uterus and this is the first part of uterus. So uterus is divided into how many parts? It is divided into three parts. So if you see the structure of fundus, so it is the uppermost part and it is a dome shaped. So how is the shape of these structure which you are looking? So it is dome shaped, understood? So how is the shape of fundus? It is the dome shaped structure. Next part is called as body part of uterus. Now this body part is present in the middle region, understood? Body consists of wall and it consists of basically three metrium. So what are the name of this metrium that we are going to see? So the outer metrium is called as perimetrium. So this outer part is called as outer part of this uterus or the body is called as perimetrium and it is a peritoneal layer. How is the layer? It is peritoneal layer. Next one is, so this is the middle part. So this part is called as the middle part. So this middle part is called as what? It is called as myometrium. So this middle part is called as myometrium. And this inner part of uterus, inner part is called as what? It is called as endometrium. So these are what? These are the three walls. This uterus is divided into how many parts? Three parts. Number one is fundus, number two is body, and number three is cervix. So now the body consists of mainly these three walls. Outer is perimetrium, middle is myometrium, and inner is called as endometrium, and endometrium where the implantation of the embryo takes place. So third part is called as what? It is called as cervix. So this is the third part of uterus. So what is cervix? So cervix is basically, it is a lower part, it is a narrow part and which opens into vagina. So from here the cervix will open into what? Vagina. Understood? So cervix, what is the main function of cervix? It is a site of fetal growth. So cervix, in cervix what happens? It is a site of fetal growth will occur. If fertilization will occur, then the embryo will develop inside the uterus, and inside the uterus what will happen? This embryo or this fetal growth will occur. Understood? And growth will occur. So this cervix plays a role in placenta formation. So this is the second function. First function of cervix is what? It is a site of fetal growth, and second is in placental formation also it will take place, and expel of baby during parturition. Third function, expel of baby during what? Parturition. So parturition is means what? It is the process. How does the baby come out from this uterus? So last part is called as vagina. Vagina is 7.5 centimeter in length, and it consists of fibromuscular body or fibromuscular tube basically it is, and it is long, it is lined by non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. So inner lining of this vagina is non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium, and it opens into vestibule by vaginal orifice, and the main function of this vagina is what? It is a copulation canal. Copulation canal means what? It can receive sperm during copulation or during sex, and plus it is a birth canal because it can expel a baby during parturition process. So this is all about what? This is all about female reproductive system we have seen. Until then, take care. Thank you very much.